Hey guys, welcome back to Black Gun. As promised, we're going to do a review on the WALTHER PDP, which is the personal defense pistol. Last week we did the WALTHER final edition of the P99, so we're going to continue forward with their most recent combat pistol. So I figured what we'll do is we'll start with a little unboxing. So, with that said, this is the box she comes in. It's a pretty nice solid box from WALTHER. Let's see what we get on the inside. So inside we'll get an extra magazine. We'll get your obligatory gun lock. You get a couple back straps in here. And then a couple pieces, I believe, which is either for sights or for your optic plate on top of the slide. And if I haven't mentioned it already, you'll get one extra magazine and one in the weapon. So, you know, comes in your traditional plastic bag. There will be a chamber safety or a chamber flag, whatever you want to call it. So we will take out the magazine, rack this back, take out the chamber safety, and then we'll show you some of the features. What I will say is there's some differences. We don't have that traditional European magazine release. You have your classic American release. The trigger is pretty similar to that of the Glock, with the trigger safety, recessed in the middle of the trigger. And you have ambidextrous slide release on each side. And you have your plate here for any of the optics that you would want to put on. And you have your sights. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that the sights are a polymer. Really don't know how durable they are. That's something that I don't like with Glock. So I would have to say that if you purchase, one of these models here with the plastic sights, it's probably one of the first things that I'm going to replace. The polymer seems to be a pretty durable polymer. It's a little different than that of the P99, but the disassembly lever is the same. You just bring it down like this, pull the weapon forward, pull the trigger. Well, let's just say she was supposed to cut. There we go. And everything pretty much disassembles as any other John Browning tilting block weapon. So you'll have a captured recoil spring on the guide rod and the barrel. And that's pretty much about it. Reassembly seems to be pretty straightforward and simple. And the weapon's right back. To look at the weapon, I don't think it's as attractive as the WALTHER P99. With this particular model, we went back to your classic your function over form with German weapons. It's pretty boxy, but I will tell you that it's exceptionally light, and you have really nice large serrations fore and aft on this particular weapon, and they actually work. And you could tell if your hands were wet or sweaty, you would be able to get a good purchase on this slide. Unlike the ones in the original Beretta APX that they had created with those large serrations that didn't work at all. It seemed that WALTHER went with the same idea, but actually made it work. With that said, I think what we should do is load this weapon up and see what she's going to do on the range. Now, before I let you go and we get to the range, I do not have a holster for this weapon, so we're going to be doing everything from the low ready, or your 4 or 5 point position firing downrange. So let's get to it. Okay guys, we ran this through a couple drills and you know, put 50, 60 rounds through the weapon. As far as accuracy is concerned, it's definitely a point of aim. It's not a 6 o'clock hold like a Glock. The trigger, even though it has a similar design, is extraordinarily easy to operate and very smooth. As a matter of fact, I would state it's probably one of the best out-of-the-box triggers in the industry. The way that the weapon feels in your hand, Walther did a really good job making this an easy fit without any of the aggressive finger grooves up front on the grip, similar to their P99. I would have to say that this would be an easy weapon to transition to if you're used to something else. I can definitely see this as one of the next up-and-comers to compete in the military and law enforcement world with Glock and SIG Sauer. Would I purchase this? 100%. But I would purchase it in this configuration, which is a full size with the 4.5-inch barrel, not the 5-inch barrel. This seems to be the perfect combination. It's very well balanced. The finish, fit and finish, typical German. You're definitely getting a good weapon, and the price point is right on target. It's not going to flip your lid like H&K would, albeit it's a little more expensive than some of the other models that are out there from companies, but minimally, maybe $40. You're getting a good weapon here. And with that said, the only thing that I would probably change would be maybe just a little more meat on the ambidextrous slide release. Now, it's built, and a lot of people may like having a very low profile slide release, but it was just a little hard, you know, to get a little bit of purchase on this in order to use it as effectively as I would like. But remember, I mean, I got little girl hands, so, you know, guys with little larger hands, and God forbid women with a little larger hands, would probably get a little more purchase on this than I did. But with that said, I give this weapon a good thumbs up. I think Walther did a really good job. We may miss the P99, but the Walther personal defense pistol will make us getting over that a little easier. All right, guys, see you at the range. Yes.